What's going on, friends? How are you? Welcome in. My gosh, here we go. It's Friday. Yeah. I got a ride-in song. When I was riding into work today, I was on my playlist. Top of mine was Portland, Oregon by Jack White and Loretta Lynn. What? Yeah, that's a thing. Jack White said, hey, man, I'm weird. I want to make a song with Loretta Lynn. And so they sat down, they put this thing together, and I think those two boned. I'll include in the links the link to the video. I'll include in the show notes, I should say, the link to the video with Jack White and Loretta Lynn performing the song that I was just mentioning. So, yeah, at the end of the audio podcast only, I add on that song. And this is a way for me to like introduce you to music that you should be listening to. And why I say that is because I like it. So you should probably like it. Totally kidding. I know that none of my music, which is a million times better than Kenny's, will never be liked by Kenny because he likes garbage. Man, holy crap. Never has that. It seems like more and more I'm learning that my pal Kenny, he just likes terrible things. He's gotten me to watch the show The Mandalorian, and I finished up the first season of it, and it was awful. And I noticed that at the end, or in the last episode of season 1, the guy who plays Gus on Breaking Bad makes an appearance. Some weirdo character. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he's in this. Holy crap. And so I texted Kenny. I go, yeah, dude, I just finished season 1. Gus from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul just made his appearance. He's bad. He goes, yeah, man, I never watched Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul. I go, well, of course you haven't watched those shows. You know why? Because they're good shows. That's why you haven't watched those shows. Anyway, I already am all over the board, and I haven't even started this thing today. This is how it's going to be. I'm telling you. The live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast brought to you this time around by Horizon Hydroponics. So here we are, the indoor growing season. And if you're growing frickin' green peppers or tomatoes or the best cannabis on the planet, you need Horizon Hydroponics. Now, you can buy their stuff online. You can order it online or via the phone and pick it up curbside. Or you can go in person for now here in and around West Michigan, Lansing, and Kalamazoo. 4 locations. One is on Alpine in Grand Rapids. Then you have the Growers Outlet in Byron Center, Michigan. And then, of course, the Kalamazoo and Lansing locations. HORIZEN hydroponics.com is their website. Orders $250 and more anywhere in the United States, shipped for free. And if you use the coupon code Zane Show at checkout, you will save 10%. So, you know, I know that some of you folks, I mean, this is more than a hobby. It's like a way of life for you. Those plants, they mean a lot. Make sure you nourish those things appropriately and have the right equipment to make them grow bountiful. Okay? HorizonHydroponics.com. Where else am I? Aha. The Kent County Health Department working hard to keep you safe during this ridiculously unbelievable, historic, biblical-like time that we have. Pandemic. I don't know if there was a pandemic in the Bible, but you know what I mean. Like, for example, the what are they called? The Jehovah's Witnesses. They think that the end times are going to happen because of, I think it's earthquakes and things like this pandemic. Like that's a thing, you know? And they're like, another earthquake. Oh, God, here we go. And then, pandemic. See, we told you. Like, I've got a friend who is actually, it's a relative of mine who is a witness. And he doesn't necessarily tell me these things, but his mom and dad do. And I love them dearly. And they're occasionally they'll send me my copy of The Watchtower. That's my little magazine that they send me, talking all about being a witness and whatever. End times. Yeah, hey, you want to? It's unbelievable. But anyway, the Kent County Health Department if you what you need to know is that there's 4 COVID testing stations in Kent County. If you're feeling sick, the line's a little bit long these days, and they want to make sure that you're taken care of. More information on their website, accesskent.com/health, or call them at 616-632-7100. All right, this show comes to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The 20th of November, 2020, the Eric Zane Show podcast begins.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Now.
Yes, hello.
Hey, what's
Sean
happening?
Gotti here, coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's not a single radio show around here that's worth a damn. So I'm listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, coming to you live Monday through Friday. So sit back, get your trays in the upright position, feet and elbows out of the aisle, because here he comes, Eric Zane.
Oh, my God. Thank you, Sean. What up? So, what's going on, man? I do this each and every day at about this time. There's one of several ways you can consume the show. It happens live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at about this same time. I'm a handful of minutes late today because I couldn't figure out anything to talk about. On Facebook, that's brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. On Twitter, a Periscope video brought to you by Blue Frost IT at Eric Zane Show. Excuse me. Damn it. And then YouTube, search Eric Zane Show, the almighty YouTube. That comes to you from F45 Byron Center. So if you like to consume the show live, you can do that. And I'm also working on this. There is another way to discuss things on the show, and that is known as Discord, Discord. And I'm just learning about this now because Carl from Who Are These Podcasts, I'm like, what the fuck is Discord? What is that all about? So then I downloaded the app, and it's another way for you to be on. Like if I build I haven't done it yet, but if I build the Eric Zane Show podcast Discord, you then get on the Discord and you can talk about the show similar to you would do anything. When you talk about the show, like in the comments of YouTube. However, the other thing that I can do on Discord is there is a function to it where you can listen to the live podcast the same way you consume it on the live stream with video. If you don't want to ride around in your car with the video rolling and either eating up all your data or your battery or whatever, you just hit the Discord, and then whatever's happening in here goes out to the Discord, just the audio, okay? So, and then there's one more feature to it that I don't quite understand how it goes, but I'm told that this is how it is. And then when I'm looking at you all on the Discord, let's say there's 20 of you on the show Discord, which, again, this is not a thing yet, but I'm looking into it. If you're there, you're all muted. But through your phone, if I hit your name on there, I can actually talk to you directly, and you can be on the podcast. So if, let's say, Boring Dean says, oh, my God, I got to tell you about this story. Holy crap, put me on or whatever. No, it's not quite that simple. I wouldn't just go, oh, okay, great. Because if I did that, it'd be terrible. He'd just sit there and tell us boring stories, or Kenny would tell us about Pantera being a Nazi band or something like that. So you can do that though, and that is through Discord. But and that's if you don't, you don't want to watch it, or you're, like I said, it's all about convenience, other ways for you to get the show. So that's kind of like, now that doesn't mean that it's going to happen anytime soon. You know me. I mean, it takes all of my strength just to get this thing done and to get everything going and then if any extra things that I need done usually don't get done, okay? But that does exist, and it's really, really cool, and I'm excited about exploring that. Andrea asked a question. Are you going to go back on your ADD medicine when you get done with the surgery? I was never on that. I don't know. That's interesting how people glean things that never really happen. I've never taken any medicine for ADD. I've only taken medicine for anxiety, and I'm not really that anxious. It just no, I don't think I don't think I'm going to go back to anything. Yeah, Andrea says, are you going back to your ADD meds after you get your kidney ripped out of you? No, I was never on any. All right, it looks like Jeremy is I think it's Jeremy is responding to us from a deer blind, I think. Yeah, Jeremy is from the deer blind. Keep me awake today. Long week. Well, all right. Hope you're all right, buddy. Be careful out there. So that's what's up. That's what's happening. All right, as we get started here on this podcast. And my gosh, a ton of stuff to get to today. Wow. Pfizer drops off the emergency vaccine approval application at the FDA today. Here you go. Here's our application. And the question about how the vaccine will be delivered is being discussed. Now, a lot of these things are all tied in today, as we are now 9 days away from travel and 12 days away from the Eric Zane Show podcast Great Kidney Giveaway. So yeah, that's all kind of on the table. Detroit Lions quarterback Matt Stafford's wife is a fucking asshole, and she's speaking out, and she could be one of the stupidest people on the planet. And so I'm going to play you what she said, and then tell you why I think she's a stupid bitch. All right. This time she's bitching about lockdowns. All right, there you go. Apple deliberately made your old phone shitty so that you'd have to buy a new one. Hey, man, I told you, man, you got to get an Android. I told you that's what you got to do. Trump is still oh my God, still trying to overturn the election. And I don't honestly, I don't think anybody even cares anymore. And Rudy Giuliani was publicly trying to make a case about it, and no one really even cared. The only networks that even aired it was crazy yesterday. Son of a bitch was like Newsmax and that, what's that one fucking crazy one? OAR or OAN or just, oh, it's just a horrible. And then Fox News. And then Fox News was like, well, this is fucking stupid. Even Fox News is saying, yeah, this whole thing is stupid, man. What the fuck are you doing? And Giuliani, he had just gotten out of like, he doesn't even have any hair. He's got like, this massive forehead and he's losing all his hair, but he still dyes the hair. Did you see this? And he started to sweat. It's like he got out of the fucking hair place and then went right to the podium and then started to sweat, and like the hair dye sweat was running down his face. It was so ridiculous. Oh my God. Oh, so that's what we got coming up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Today was tough coming up with this because yesterday it was like an all-day thing. The days have been stacking up here in the Eric Zane Show podcast household about what to do, what we're talking about. And how many things I'm getting done as we get closer and closer to actually traveling for the show, not for the show, for the kidney, and bringing all of the show with me. So, yeah, it's kind of like all these preparations have to be made as we get ready for that big moment. When we leave, it is, like I said, it's going to be on the 29th of November. And then, the plan is to podcast. But there might be days when I'm like, okay, it's not happening. And then it might be that quick. And if that's the case, I'll let you know. But I mean, it all depends on how I feel. Now, the first couple days that we're there, I'm not getting operated on to Wednesday, so that'll probably be fine. It's the afterwards that I'm just not so sure about. It's an unknown, but there is a massive time change, 3 hours behind. So the show, when you are used to getting it at 8 a.m. Eastern time, you will be getting it later. I'll be starting it at 8 a.m. California time. So that's going to mess some of you up for an 11 a.m. start here in the Eastern time zone. But I'm not going to start the show at 5 a.m. California time. No, I'm sorry. I can't do that. Okay. We have decided that we are moving paintball. It just didn't feel right. It's been weird with everything on the pandemic, and it's like through the freaking roof here. I mean, in Michigan, you're getting many thousand people every day are being diagnosed with it, and I had we had about 13 people that were scheduled to play. And we were only going to take 20, and we were going to do it outdoors. But, I had a few say, hey, we're just not comfortable. And I go, oh, yeah, I totally get that. I'm kind of glad I'm kind of glad you said it, because we were all thinking it. And then another COVID-related cancellation took 8 more out. So all of a sudden, we're down to 2 people on Paintball War number 11, the Kidney Offensive. So, and Rick's bummed out because some asshole stole his trailer. He goes, yeah, let's just punt. So after the great kidney giveaway is given away, great kidney giveaway happens, we'll return. I'll recover. I might even host one and not play, because I can't really run around or anything like that, at least not for the few weeks afterwards. But we're going to call it Paintball War number 11. No date yet. 1 bourbon, 1 shot, and 1 kidney. A spin-off of the old blues song that made famous by John Lee Hooker and George Thorogood. 1 bourbon, 1 shot, and 1 kidney. Paintball War number 11. Count on it. In this studio yesterday, Ben Glaze made an appearance, and we were off and running with another edition of the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I got to apologize, because on the live stream free view that I put out on Facebook and Twitter, there was a awful type of static that was happening while we were doing the show. And I think that had to do with Ben's cell phone was on top of a bundle of wires, and that's what happens. I had no way to monitor it, so I didn't know, and it's so I apologize. But the good news is the audio of it for the folks who just want to get the free view of it is available wherever you download podcasts. Specifically, I think it's right near the top. Yeah, it just dropped last night, so it should be right there. And then you can check it out. In the free view, and the folks on Patreon get this uninterrupted. We talked for about 25 minutes about the local radio shows, specifically Jackie Green and Rachel Gray, Gates and Michelle, and my old pals at Free Beer and Hot Wings, because I listened to all 3 shows via their online. No one listens on the radio anymore. They only listen online. So I did just that. And I had some thoughts on each of those shows. And Ben and I had a good time discussing that. You're going to want to check that out. That is free for you to listen to on the free view. And if you feel so inclined, then check out the full thing on Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Okay. In the house right now is one Senor Martinez, who is, I believe it's Joe. I guess I don't know. All I know is that 2 minutes before the show started, Madison comes in here and she says, hey, the guy who's going to work on the furnace is here. Come on, go. What the hell? Oh, there we are. All right, Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling. He's probably watching it. He was probably watching it on his phone.
Your call has been forwarded.
Ah, for God's sake. Of course. Yeah, Joe Martinez is in here, or maybe someone from his family is helping out and getting that taken care of. So thank you, buddy. Okay, it's going to be actually a not bad Friday. We've got the dumpster that just pulled up at the house here, and I was talking with Ben about this. What we're doing around this household today is gathering shit up today, tomorrow, and Sunday and throwing it in the dumpster. This is purge weekend, and man, Diana is like happy about that because she's like, okay, we got to get this shit out of here. The cats are like, no, forget it, man. This is where we sleep and take dumps because there's this old set of furniture that is downstairs. It needs out of the house. So that is on the horizon for this weekend here at the Eric Zane Show podcast household. Do stay safe, please. This pandemic, this thing is running like wildfire right now, and that's kind of what we are going to talk about on the show today. All right, the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast, as I mentioned, TC Paintball. We've wiped out Paintball War number 11. We will have another one when I get back from travel. But if you do want to schedule, they are still open, and they are outside, so you can actually have a group go through there at TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com. Okay? Get the group together, book a party, and have fun. Fully stocked pro shop. They have everything you need. You just have to walk in there. I recommend clothes that are kind of that you don't mind getting dirty, and then get ready. Does it hurt? People often ask that question. Well, sometimes, but you have armor. You can rent that if you want. Or the one thing I do recommend for sure is the gloves. The hand hits hurt. If you're holding that paintball gun and you get hit in the hand, yes, it hurts like a son of a bitch. Definitely get the gloves because they got the plastic on the back, and then you're all set. Thank you to TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com. Be on the lookout for Rick's freaking trailer. Some sick bastard stole his trailer. If you missed the podcast yesterday, it's a double axle trailer. It's blue. You can't miss it. Flatbed trailer. If you need the picture, I have it at ericzaneshow.com in the news. Just click on that. If you see that damn trailer, take a picture of the license plate of the thief that's towing it, and then call the cops. Okay, please do that. A lot of people shared that Facebook post yesterday that I made, so hopefully stranger things have happened. I've found dogs before on my Facebook page. Hey, be on the lookout for this dog. Hey, we found it. That's happened. The managed IT service provider for the show is Blue Frost IT. Online at bluefrostit.com. For your small or medium-sized business, you need IT support, okay? And what you do is you sign up for a service contract, and then you have your IT department. It's all based, the pricing, on how much gear you have that needs to be looked after. But this is a necessary thing for any business these days because people so rely on their tech. And if that goes out the window, man, I would hate to be you trying to piece together a plan of getting that back up and running again. If you already have your IT team ready to go, like Blue Frost IT, you're going to be up and running in no time. Hopefully, you won't ever have to call upon them for that, but they also do scheduled maintenance to make sure that your gear is in tip-top shape. You need this for your business. This is not negotiable. Reach out by giving them a call at 616-200-8550 or an email, info@bluefrostit.com, or just check them out online, bluefrostit.com. Okay. So today's the day that Pfizer, of course, one of the, I think, 3 companies now that have been talked about for this vaccine. You have Pfizer, you have Moderna, and you have Oxford. Oxford and then AstraZeneca. Is that how you say it? I'm not sure. But Oxford is also involved in this. And I haven't heard that much about them. But the Pfizer one is today is the day that they actually apply to the FDA for emergency approval. And I was reading a story that, this does not mean in any way, shape, or form that they have cut corners on the safety. These things have all been incredibly tested as much as they would anything. And they have followed up with these patients to see if there are the side effects. And from the way it looks right now, everything looks great. So what does this mean? This means that they're going to start distributing the vaccine in a handful of weeks because it will be approved rather quickly. And then there's the process of getting it out. And the United States is calling upon the help of the military to do this. So each state has to turn in plans of need and who gets it first and how it's going to be distributed. But yes, basically it's going to be made and then distributed that way with millions of people getting the vaccine by the time the year is done. I think it was the Oxford one that actually the production of it is an individual shot. Like it's delivered in the needle, in the syringe, ready to go in exact dosage. Whereas Pfizer is like a container, a vial that they actually have to take out a selected portion in order to get the inoculation into the person. And so, but the Oxford one is actually there. Each one of these has its pluses and minuses. Like the Moderna one, it isn't an exact dose, but the doctors will be able to draw it out and then give it to you, or the specialist or whoever does it. And then the Pfizer one, the drawback is the temperature. It has to be kept really, really cold. Not so much with the Moderna one. The Oxford one that comes, it might be the best out of all of them. Also incredibly effective. They've done an amazing job on this. I think that as much shit as Trump is getting, and I think he deserves most of it about this election, I think we have to say that, hey, man, he said for a long time, remember all that time leading up to the election? He was like, the vaccine's coming, baby. It's going to be there. Holy shit, it's going to be there. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. I think he was pretty close to that. So I'll be the first one to say that is it's not a bad bit of predicting there. He said by the election. I say close enough. Not bad at all. Now, I don't know if he gets credit for that, but he was saying we'll have this thing ready to go. And even Fauci was saying, nah, bullshit. No way. That just goes to show you. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. You would have thought that Pfizer would have said, or Oxford would have said, yeah, he's actually pretty close. We're going to be ready. But, man, it can't happen soon enough because right now, every single story I see is showing how hospitals are being pushed to the maximum. And for me, the thing that is the most upsetting is hearing about these nurses and hospital staff and doctors getting sick and dying and also not being able to provide care for people who aren't in the hospital for COVID-related things. Some type of a lot of surgeries that aren't necessarily urgent are being put off. And it's difficult to get the hospital care that people need for unrelated illnesses because of what is happening with our hospital system, which is what has been kind of going on for quite some time. And I wanted to kind of like center the audience to push all of the noise out right now and focus on this. Because no matter what you tell me, there still are an enormous amount of people that are in the hospital in ICU units and COVID wards and things like that, that is affecting the entire way healthcare is happening in the United States. From teeny tiny communities where it's really a shitstorm because they don't have the resources in like fucking Kalkaska, Michigan, as to larger communities where, the halls are overrun with the amount of people who are sick right now. which is what we all feared in the first place when this all happened. And it happened initially, if you recall, in various pockets of the United States, New Jersey, New York, various other large, Michigan and the Detroit area. But now where it stands is you're getting this widespread throughout the country. It's happened. We are in it right now. We're seeing nearly 200,000 people get infected, confirmed cases per day. I think it was 185, 190 or something like that yesterday, which is remarkable because there was a time during the spread of this pandemic when we'd see, 25,000 people in the United States and we'd be like, oh my God, that's a lot. Well, we're not quite past the increasing numbers. It's still going to grow more as this spreads. And, the death numbers and the hospitalization numbers are wildly increasing. And so this is all screwing everything up. Now, I try to stress to you, don't panic about this. Just stay the course. Keep yourself as safe as possible. Filter out the noise. And what qualifies as noise, in my opinion, is this stupid, sick bitch, Kelly Stafford, who has never, ever stopped who has never, ever stopped opening her mouth. She, no matter what it is, this crazy bitch has always spouted off about something. And the latest thing that this fucking moron is doing, this is the wife of the quarterback of the Detroit Lions, who, this guy, I can promise you they're not going to make it. Okay, because right now he's probably keeping his mouth shut as his big mouth wife goes on and on and on. I know she's recovered from cancer, Zane. Give her a break. Well, all the more reason why she should shut the fuck up. Because if she took a good look at the hospital system that took care of her when she was sick, and then took a good look at the hospital system right now with COVID affecting care, you might not have the urge to go off on your fucking fourth grade rant that you did. So this is this stupid bitch going on and on about living in a dictatorship in the state of Michigan. And I said this yesterday to you folks, and I'm going to say it loudly again. If you have a problem with this, fucking get out. Okay, because I'm fucking sick of morons like this saying this, and I'm sick of people trying to say that this isn't a thing. All right? The argument that, well, just stay home and I need my freedom. Asshole. It's not about that. It's about the things I've talked about earlier. A flooded hospital system where people who work in hospitals, who have their own families that are getting sick and dying because assholes like you don't want to fucking follow the rules.
Very blunt. I'm so over it. I'm over living in a dictatorship that we call Michigan.
Oh.
I understand there's a pandemic.
Bitch.
And I understand it's very scary. I'm scared of
anybody who starts a conversation with I understand it's is about to drop something ignorant on you. That's what
Michigan. I understand there's a pandemic, and I understand it's very scary. I'm scared of it too. If you're at risk, do not leave your house until there's a vaccine.
What an asshole.
But shutting down all these small businesses, things that people have worked their life.
Kelly Stafford is one of these people that thinks that when those businesses get shut down, restaurants and such, that people are taking that decision making lightly. They're not. That's a huge thing and a huge problem, but it's done to keep these people alive.
Or shutting them down again is not the answer.
Yes,
because they will not make it. So once we are able to leave our house, once this dictatorship decides to let us have some freedom, there will be nothing left.
If you throw your hands in the air like an idiot and don't actually try and just sit there and bitch and moan, yes, you're right. Yes, that is true.
Over
others who are resourceful will figure out a way and make it happen somehow.
I see all these people and it brings me like to tears.
I'm sure.
Believe me, I know there's people out there that are stating that's really ignorant of you. How could you say that?
You're ignorant.
Listen, I know not everybody's going to agree with me. Not everybody's going to agree with my every move I make.
No, I can't stand
That's
you.
life. Okay? We state our opinions. This is my opinion. I feel for these small businesses. I feel for.
I do too.
It's not that I don't feel for the people that have COVID or the hospitals. I
Bullshit.
do. But
Bullshit.
this is my opinion. I do not feel like I do not like living in a place where they tell me what I can and cannot do. I live once. Again, this is my opinion. You have yours. Everyone has their own.
Ignorant fucking slut. Holy shit. Oh my God. Man, she pisses me off. Now, all the other shit that she said in the past, I haven't cared about any of that. But fuck you, you stupid fucking whore. Go fuck yourself. I'm this close to saying, I can't say that. No, I've said enough. I can't say that. Son of a bitch. She even said it. She's well aware of all the people that work in hospitals who are, when my mom died of COVID, she had 2 people at the hospital that were caring for her. We couldn't go see her, as you know. There was 2 people in full PP, how do you say it? PPE, protective equipment, personal protection equipment, caring for her. And, they worked so hard just to keep my mother comfortable. And it was, and you think about somebody in that type of job, that's as frontliney as a person fighting in a war. Okay. That's as dramatic as a fucking firefight in Afghanistan, in my opinion. And for that crazy fucking rich bitch who has been on the receiving end of hospital care for her brain cancer, for her to have the nerve to flippantly make those comments recklessly like that is horrific to me. And I can't stand it, because you see all these people that are being affected and are being sickened in hospital settings and risking their lives. To them, it's life and death. To the businesses that are struggling, it's not. They're not going to die. At the very worst, their business is going to close. That's not a light decision, okay? At the very worst, their business is going to close. That result is better than someone dying. You can't argue that. There's no one alive that would make sense and say, okay, if you own a business and you have to make a decision, you're either going to go out of business or you're going to die. What honestly would you choose? And 100% of the time, people will say, I would go out of business because they're resourceful, they're resilient, and they started a business once and they will start it again. And that's worst case scenario. A lot of these people are figuring it out. It sucks, but people who start businesses are usually people who hustle. Rarely do you find a lazy fucking sloth just falling into a business to start it. Typically, people who start businesses, they're always moving. They're always figuring it out. They're on the fly, shifting, coming up with a new plan, a new way to do something, a bright idea. That's why they're businesses. So stop your fucking doom and gloom crystal ball bullshit. All right? I'm not buying it, and I don't want anybody else to buy it. Shut the fuck up, you asshole bitch. Motherfucker, does that suck. Damn it. Kelly fucking Stafford, son of a bitch. All right. We are wound up today. Holy crap. Thank you so much to my friends at the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. If you want to, if you're thinking about a mortgage, call on Mario today, 231-332-6505. Never been a better time. It's true. Despite all this bullshit, it's still a great time to go get a mortgage. 231-332-6505. Mario works with the first-time mortgage folks and the many-time mortgage folks. Thank you so much. You are great. F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. Now, this place is just fantastic. If you're thinking about getting back into shape or getting in shape for the first time, the hardest thing to do is go into the place, okay? Especially if you're a newbie. If you've never really done any type of exercising before, man, I've seen it. I've seen it myself. People who have to work up the nerve to get in there and do that. And I once you get past that, I'm telling you, that's the hardest thing. And then the work starts. All right. 45-minute workouts. You can go as many times as you want. They've got classes going on all day, all weekend. 45-minute workout. F stands for functionality. And to get a 1-week free membership to try it out for yourself, go to the letter F, the number 4, the number 5, F45training.com/Byron Center. F45training.com/Byron Center. Just click where it says start free, and then you do it. Thank you so much. All right, if you have any opposing points of view, I'd love to hear how wrong you are. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. If not, well, then keep your opinions. Thank you. I do want to hear them. I really do. I'd love to hear how wrong you all are. Don't be shy about it, please. Apple is in trouble. I cannot believe this. Apple has to pay... Boy, I thought it would be more. $113 million after they admitted to deliberately slowing down iPhones. Actually, Kenny, this does make me think, oh, fuck, man, maybe I would be better off if I didn't have an iPhone. They wanted to try to get people, if you remember this, to buy newer phones. So they built an update that, it says, hey, your phone's about to update while you go to bed, and it does the thing, and then it shows up, oh my God, we just got an upgrade or an update, whatever the fuck. They sent out an update that would slow down the phone so that over time you'd be like, boy, my phone really has gotten crappy. I guess I need a new phone. That's fucking brilliant, by the way. It's too bad somebody found out about it for Apple's sake. I'm glad they did, but it's too bad for Apple because that's a winner. Dirty as hell, but it's still a great idea. Can you imagine floating the idea in the meeting? Let's put out an update onto the phone that makes it so that the phone performs shitty, and then everybody will buy a new phone. Apple has agreed to pay millions of dollars to 34 states over its controversial previous practice of deliberately slowing down older iPhones to extend their battery life. The company will pay $113 million to settle an investigation by states, including California and Arizona, over how Apple was not transparent about its iPhone battery problems that led to unexpected device shutdowns. Instead of disclosing the issue to consumers or replacing the batteries, it pushed a software update out in December of 2016 that impacted the performance of older iPhone models. News of the practice upset consumers, igniting what some called Batterygate. Many believed it was an effort to encourage users to buy new iPhones. Well, I believe that. Quote, big tech must stop manipulating consumers and tell them the whole truth about their practices and products, said Arizona Attorney General Mark Something, who helped lead the investigation in a press release just the other day. I'm committed to holding these Goliath technology companies accountable when they conceal important information from users. Well, fuck yes. At the time, the company issued a rare apology. They temporarily dropped the price of replacement batteries from $79 to $29. Well, no, they should make it free. You did it, idiots. And added a feature to allow iPhone users to monitor battery health. We know that some of you feel Apple has let you down. We apologize, the company said in a 2017 statement. First and foremost, we have never and would never do anything to intentionally shorten the life of any Apple product, or degrade the user experience to drive customer upgrades. Despite this admittance, Apple faced legal ramifications in March. Apple agreed to pay up to $500 million, my God, to settle a class action lawsuit accusing it of slowing down iPhones to compel users to buy new ones. Well, they didn't have to pay that much. but still $113 million on your iPhone. Holy crap. I still cannot figure mine out. Damn it. Yeah, it's 2 days now. I'm it's that whole learning curve. I'm like, I don't know what to, I'm like, oh God. I just struggle. You can tell you're getting old. If you're like me, you sit there and you like activate the phone, and then I'm like, what do I, and it's just a mess. God dang it. All right. So hopefully I'll get used to it. All right. The Rudy Giuliani presser. It's just falling further and further on the depth chart of people, the election. Some of you truck driving flag wavers, still it's on the forefront of your brain, but it's like, wrap it up, man. It's not happening. Your guy lost. It's over. Hell, my guy lost. It's such a weird thing. I voted for that fucker, but I don't believe for even half a second that there was even the slightest bit of problem on a widespread level of any voter fraud. I just don't. And I get numerous links sent to me from these dubious weirdos that just drive me crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe any of that shit. I don't believe any of it. Not a damn thing. Okay. Giuliani's presser was ridiculous because he busted out some crazy ass my cousin Vinny type of argument being made. And, but the big thing was the hair dye. His hair dye ran down his face during the press conference. And it was, do you remember when Rudy Giuliani was described as America's mayor? This was insane because, you had 9/11 happen and he was the mayor of New York. And this guy was so in charge, man. And all of the country was like, oh my God, we love Rudy Giuliani. And now everybody hates this guy. It's so fucked up. If you're Rudy Giuliani, why did you accept the job working for Trump? Because now he shows up at Four Seasons Landscaping in Philadelphia by mistake, next to a porno shop and next to a crematorium to have some stupid press conference with the banner taped on the garage of where they put all the heavy duty lawn equipment. Oh my God. And then he's beating his meat on Borat. Shit. And now this, where he's got the hair dye is mixing with the sweat and running down his face. It looked like a chin strap. It looked like fucking Pellerito's beard back in the day. Oh my God, Rudy.
I know crimes. I can smell them.
After suffering a string of court losses, Rudy Giuliani and the rest of Trump's legal team held a press conference today that went off the rails as they made a series of baseless allegations and Giuliani's hair dye ran down his face.
Did you all watch My Cousin Vinny? You know the movie? It's one of my favorite war movies because he comes from Brooklyn.
Oh my God. Fucking stop. In the presser, Giuliani says, well, I've got tons of evidence. I've got tons of evidence right here. And he starts holding up like wild papers and shit like that. And now no one has seen this. And he makes an argument as to why no one has seen it. But look, if I am accused of something, or if I am accusing someone of something and I have something to back it up, I am going to shout that from the mountaintop, and I'm going to get the world on my side rather quickly, okay? And that has never happened, even once, during all of this horse shit, okay, that some of you still actually believe, and that actually makes me sad when I hear that, okay? He won't show it, okay? He gives a reason why, but it's flimsy. And though this was shown on that OAN shit and on Fox News only and Newsmax, I think it is, all super conservative networks, no one even gives a shit otherwise. Fox rips him a new asshole on this.
Well, that was certainly a colorful news conference from Rudy Giuliani, but it was light on facts. As for evidence, well, Giuliani kept holding up pages and pages of what he says are sworn affidavits, but he's declining to show them. Listen to his explanation.
I can't give you all these affidavits because if I do, these people will be harassed. They'll be threatened. They may lose their job. We have 100 more of these. I can't show them to you.
Well, why? Well, then somebody's got to see them, right? I mean, if you're going to make this case, I mean, certainly the American people want justice. In all seriousness, if I, as this goes, I would absolutely want the truth to be revealed. I want Trump to win. I voted for the guy. All right? Show it. Do it. Get on with it. What the fuck is taking so long? That's because there's nothing. We all know the truth. There's absolutely nothing there. Son of a bitch. The Rudy Giuliani presser. Incredible. I'll link it up for you to check it out on your own. You can see the chin strap Pellerito beard that comes off of his hair dye. My God. All right. I told you I was lean today, and I meant it. I got one more thing to get to. It's an email from Rob. But before I do that, I need to mention that my friends, they're here right now. A&E Heating and Cooling. Reach out to them at 616-516-8579 to get your furnace checked out for the winter. Okay, it's $79. Do that. If you need a new one, he specializes in installing the Comfort Maker brand of furnaces and air conditioners. A&E Heating and Cooling, online at aeheatingandcooling.com. Get your car fixed at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, 616-532-6600. I swear, Megan, the dog sweaters are being made. Jen is making them right now, and they're going to be great. It's not really cold out right now, though. It's pretty warm out. 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Asian, domestic, European, they do it all. If you're in West Michigan, you need your car fixed, please take it to Irvine's. Mention my name when you walk in the door, as I wish you would with all of these amazing sponsors. Okay. And then, of course, there's A&D Cleaning. Get your home cleaned from Amy Porter, 616-550-3644. A&D Cleaning brings you the appearance by my beautiful bulldog, English bulldog Daisy. God bless A&D Cleaning. Get that home clean today, 616-550-3644. The subject line from Rob, hey, this is Blue State Rob, is seriously shocking. Now, I'm not going to get to every single bit of this email, but yeah, I encourage you to send me correspondence all the time. So we're doing just that. Rob writes, okay, so I'm behind a few days because Howard Stern has been talking to Wolf Van Halen, Elton John, and about a giant dump one of the Whack Packers took. Well, you know, you got to have priorities, and I can certainly see why you would put that in front of this. I mean, let's be honest here. But my God, I was laughing just as hard when you wanted to say World Book Jim, my brother, and you referred to him as World Book Jew. I was laughing as hard at that as I was at Howard and his staff talking about a shit the size of several human fists. All right? His was planned, mine was inadvertent, but we'll take them when we can get them. Then you busted out butt sex at the deer camp, and that got me too. I forget what that was, okay, it was surrounding the old man who got stuck in the mud. The 75-year-old moron who on the opening day of deer season on Sunday, when it was so windy and rainy, it would have sunk a freighter named the Edmund Fitzgerald. This stupid ass old hunter alone goes out and gets stuck in the mud. He should have been back at deer camp with all the other hunters participating in the group butt sex. He said that there is some vintage Mr. 10 kind of stuff where I had to listen back twice because I missed half the story because I laughed so hard. Well, thank you, Rod. That's a great compliment. He said, then what really got me was even more when you said, now I didn't say this. He says that I said, I regret voting for Trump. I don't think it was quite that cut and dry. I said, I'm starting to think, or I'm thinking that. I don't think I said it quite that blatantly. I think I put the context of I started to feel that way when my brother was describing to me reasons why he didn't vote for Trump. He made me feel like a fucking moron. But I don't know if what my brother was saying was true in hindsight. So shut up. He wrote, I thought about sending you this video before the election because I had a sneaking suspicion that you could be swayed because you didn't quite have the whole picture. But I stayed out of it. Have a look. I'm just so curious as to what it was that your brother said to you that made you wish you voted differently. And not necessarily. But I wouldn't want you to subject yourself to losing 98% of your audience. Well, I don't care about that, frankly. I just say whatever the fuck I want, and you all can take it or leave it. Anyway, here's that video. I'm not going to play it for you. P.S. Blue State Rob writes this. P.S. Trump may be the president, but he is also the leader of a cult. And then he wrote, MAGA is a cult. Trumpism is a cult. Trumpism is the problem. Blue State Rob, not my words. Not my words. You see what I've done there? I have taken the heat off of me from today's show, which I was very loud and vocal about certain things, and I've put it on fucking Rob. That's what pros do. That's how it works. Occasionally, I do have a short show, and today is it. That is it. I am done, but I will regroup and be back with the Patreon bonus podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time to be part of the free one. Don't be a stranger. Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, or leave your comments in the Facebook comments, if you will, and spread the word about the Eric Zane Show podcast. Okay, folks, you have a great one. I'm also going to post today about a 40-minute discussion with Ron and Mean Gene for another edition of Not Talking Movies. It's been a few weeks since I've talked with those boys. And I talked with them. I will have the audio posted, and I will also post the video of our conversation. Okay, folks, that's going to do it. This is like the old days when I get done in 30 minutes. Not really, but kind of. Okay, thanks. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.